Hello everyone and welcome along to a very special preview of Saturday at Sandown, and specifically the big race, which is race 4. It is the Eclipse Stakes over 2,000 metres, a Group 1 race where the older horses, they test their credentials up against the three-year-olds, and it is the great clash of the generations. It is the first time in Group 1 company in Britain each year that you get the clash of the two different age groups. Very much looking forward to the 6 we have assembled for 2025, and here they are. Ombudsman, the brilliant winner of the Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot last time, and he's certainly one of the best horses on turf, full stop. 17 days later, he bids to win the Eclipse. There is Saucy, a strong challenger for France. They are the two older horses, and then you have 2 for Ballydor for Aidan O'Brien, those being Camille Pissarro, the French Derby winner, and Delacroix, who was sent off favourite for the English Derby last time at Epsom. Interestingly enough, Ryan Moore still sides with Delacroix, his selection at Epsom, and he retains the faith here. Hot as Hell, another Group 1 winner in the race. That horse represents Jessica Harrington and Shane Foley. And Ruling Court, the winner of the 2,000 guineas at Newmarket, who's since run in the St James's Palace and didn't run in the Derby in between, is the mount of Oisin Murphy, and 1 of 2 for Godolphin. Let's have a look at Godolphin's main player, it would seem, and that is the brilliant Ombudsman. We will begin with his first and only defeat of the career. He had a lovely route through his 3-year-old year last year, remained unbeaten, and then first time this season he ran in the Brigadier Gerard Stakes at Sandown. This is the course and distance you will see on Saturday. He had to give weight away off a long absence, some 8 months off the track, and he got beaten by a very good horse, Almacam, who could have run at Sandown this week, but they'll no doubt be waiting for the right ground to get that horse out. He didn't lose an awful lot in defeat, but his unbeaten record was lost. Put right a few weeks later, of course, when he went to the Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot, when a blistering gallop was set, and we saw the talent that horse has. He doesn't want to be left too early with a insufficient pace set up, because he can be a bit keen. But even at Ascot, when they went very, very fast, he had the ability, off a slightly checked run in the race, to be able to quicken at the end of a rattling fast gallop and show that he is probably one of the best turf horses, full stop, on the planet. And Ombudsman, I guess the gap 17 days later, there may be the question of pace scenario at Sandown. They're 2 questions we're going to put up against him, but his ability is unquestioned. In opposition, we'll have a look at one of the big 3-year-old players in the race, and that is Ruling Court, who was the winner over one of Ombudsman's stablemates, of course, Field of Gold, in the 2,000 guineas. This was much talked of, this race, not necessarily for Ruling Court's brilliant win, but for the defeat, the Eclipse of the Grey in second, Field of Gold, who went on to win the Irish 2,000 guineas and then reversed the form with Ruling Court in the St James's Palace. But Ruling Court, long since considered a top-notcher, showed it this day. He's got a good turn of foot, and they were keen to have a go at the Derby straight after this. The conditions weren't right, and he was pulled out at the 11th hour. As such, the St James's Palace, where actually I don't think he ran that badly at Royal Ascot, all things considered, considering he got warm beforehand, was plan B. And now they're stepping up in trip, belatedly, to the 2,000 metres that is Sandown. Interesting, though, that Charlie Appleby had mooted the fact that perhaps they'd have to wait for York and that the Eclipse might come too soon. Well, he's been declared for it, and I hope he can run very, very well indeed. I think it's a sign of his well-being that he's here. 2,000 metres should be right up his street. As said, Ballydor run 2. They've got Camille Pissarro, who was a winner in France last time. They've also got Delacroix, who remains the only horse in the lineup without a Group 1 win. Could that change on Saturday? Well, Ryan Moore might think so. This was his success in one of the key Derby trials back in May at Leopardstown, and which no doubt gave Ryan Moore the indicator that he wanted to be on that horse, and not Lambourne, of course, who went on to win the Derby and then the Irish equivalent at Epsom at the beginning of June. He's a horse that's got acceleration. Maybe 2,400 metres is not what he wants, and 2,000 is what this beautifully bred colt would want all along. This was a slow run race, and he had the ability to quicken at the end of it. And do you know what? Maybe Sandown on Saturday might just be that. And you shouldn't forget that 3-year-olds have won the last 4 runnings. Indeed, the last 2 have gone to Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore. That said, taking it all into consideration, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Eclipse, ruling out, of course, just 2, those being controversially or not, Delacroix and also Hot as Hell. I'm going to go that number 1, Ombudsman wins and stamps his class as one of the best about. Ruling Court, I think he'll run a very good race, and I've got a Vision in Blue, a Godolphin 1-2. Number 1, Ombudsman to beat number 6, Ruling Court into second. Camille Pizarro to prove best of Aidan O'Brien's in third. And Sosi, remarkably or not, I'm going to have him in fourth. I think that come the back end of the season, we're going to see much more of him, for all that he's had a very good start, of course. 2 Group 1 wins already. But coming across to the UK, I've just got slight reservations about Sosi on the day at Sandown. That's my idea of what I'm looking forward to. The very best of luck, whatever you're punting this Saturday. It is the Eclipse Stakes, a race with great heritage and prestige. Don't miss it.